Hello everyone! My name is Emmie Mears. I am an urban fantasy author and the founder of Searching for SuperWomen. It is sort of a brain beast that started last summer and has evolved into what we're getting to, and we're not even to the point that we're evolving to yet. So I wanted to start out by telling you a little bit about me. I am, like I said, the founder of Searching for SuperWomen. I grew up big into geeky things. I was a big video game player, and we were really poor, so I had Super Nintendo and PS1s while everyone else was moving on to N64 and GameCubes and PS2 even, and all of these other things. And but they were a source of hours of entertainment for me. I must have played through Donkey Kong Country 15 times as a kid. And as I was growing up, I was looking around always for girls doing the things that I really wanted to do. I wanted to have adventures, and I would read fantasy novels and dug into stuff like David Eddings and Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time when I was growing up. Got into some Catherine Kerr and all of these different people, and the whole time I was searching for characters who were doing amazing things and where gender wasn't an issue. And I was always distressed by the number of damsels in distress that I saw. And when I was a kid, I remember finding the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie when I was 8 years old, and it came on TV, and I would watch it every time it was on, because even though it was really campy, I had no idea at the time, but even though it was really campy, it was something that here was a woman who was called to do these amazing things, and here she could do it, and she saved Luke Perry's butt. And if you're a kid in the 90s, Luke Perry was sort of like the gold star of all things awesome. So, as I got older, I kept looking to find that again, and it took me until college to actually get into the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show. And when I did, I never really looked back. And then last summer, I realized that we were approaching 10 years since Buffy went off the air. And in those 10 years, I hadn't really seen more Buffy. There have been some really great shows like Veronica Mars and Alias and Battlestar Galactica that have some, really great female characters, but I hadn't yet found those superwomen that I was looking for. These women who were heroes, who were complex, who were flawed, who were multidimensional, had many layers, and were someone that I could look up to and aspire to and point to when someday I have children and want to tell them, look, you can be anything you want to be. So I started blogging on my own personal blog, which is emmiemears.com. I started blogging about Superwoman and asking myself the question of what is Superwoman? Why does Buffy affect me so much? Why, 10 years after it went off the air, does my husband come home from teaching 13 and 14-year-old girls who are just absolutely obsessed with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, a new generation who has found her as someone to look up to? And I started asking these questions, and last fall and over through the winter, we had a few live chats on Twitter under the SuperWomen hashtag. And I started finding out that I wasn't the only one who was thinking about these things. And there are a lot of people out there who are asking that same question, is why when there are 39 different superhero movies, only 2 of them are fronted by females. And those 2 were Catwoman and Elektra, which have their own problems, as I'm sure we're all aware. So when I started thinking about this more and more, and it was consuming my brain, and I was just like, everything I did was sort of predicated on this idea that we needed to see more superwomen in pop culture, and we needed to be willing to take a critical eye to the things that we love that might be problematic in the way that they represent women. So I founded Searching for Superwomen in May this year with 3 other editors, with Christy Lysing, Meg McNulty, and Fran Roberts. We are a transnational team of people. I'm in the US, Christy's in Canada, Meg is in Scotland, and Fran is in England. So we're all over the place. And this month we've grown to having 8 regular contributors now, in addition to our 4 editors. So we're growing quickly. We doubled our traffic to the website in June. So from May to June, we already doubled our traffic, which is pretty amazing. And we've got some great things coming for you. Tonight, if you tune in at 8 o'clock on our YouTube channel, Krista McFarland and I will be talking about the Mage Tech RPG troupe that we're starting up. So tonight you'll get a kind of an introduction to the Mage Tech RPG. We're using the Fate Core system to organize our gameplay, and we'll be kind of discussing just what to expect from next week when we sit down, because we're going to be broadcasting our tabletop RPG sessions live for you to watch. So if you've ever been curious about tabletop RPGs, or you've ever wanted to dive into them, here's your chance to see how it works. Some of us have played a whole bunch before, some people have played D&D, some people have played a whole bunch of other RPGs, but I'm coming to this from someone who just wants to get into it. I've never gotten into tabletop. I lived in a very rural area growing up, and my nearest neighbor was a mile away, so it was kind of hard to find other people to play with, you know, lacking the ability to teleport, which I am still waiting for, by the way. So this week we have that coming towards you just tonight, and we were launching our brand new Searching for Superwomen YouTube channel, where you can expect vlogs from all different corners of geekdom, and we are ready to provide that for you. So in addition to that, tomorrow we are going to be launching our first Supernatural Roundtable. I, along with Tabitha and Kelly, are going to be discussing Supernatural from Season 1 through Season 8 and beyond. So we're starting with Season 1, and this week we started at the very beginning. We're discussing the pilot through Episode 5, which is Bloody Mary. So if you're around tomorrow, come and share your thoughts on that. We've got a great discussion for you tomorrow, and we're going to be moving forward. So if you want to keep up with us, we'll tell you each week where you need to go and what you need to watch to be caught up. So in addition to that, we are really, really excited to announce that we have the New York Times bestselling author Kim Harrison with us on Friday. She is going to be answering our interview questions. She is a wonderful, wonderful human being and is the author of one of my all-time favorite urban fantasy series, the Hollows series. Rachel Morgan is a fantastically complex female protagonist who I absolutely adore, and we could not be happier to have Kim over with us on Searching for Superwomen this Friday. So we have a lot of really exciting things coming up for you. We could not be happier to be going into this third month with you. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you want to see from us. And if there's something that we're not hitting on yet, please let us know. Or better yet, write to us and tell us how you can contribute. Because we want to be able to cater to every little corner of the geeky world. And the one true mantra in geekdom is that there's always someone who knows more than you do. So I know that there are subjects that I'm not equipped to teach or to talk about, but you might know. So if you are the all-time Star Wars nerd, and I know I'm wearing a Millennium Falcon shirt, but I can't tell you all of the different species that exist on Naboo. So why don't you get involved? Come talk to us. Leave us some comments. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what we should be making for you. And get ready, because we're going to be launching all sorts of new things this month. We've got a Zazzle store coming up, so you can use some of our wonderful designs that are done by Jay Dancy and, you know, drink your coffee out of them. So thank you so much for coming by today for our very first vlog. I hope I didn't ramble too much, and I'm glad the cat didn't run across the screen, because she has a tendency to do that. So, and I apologize for it being flipped. I know it's mirrored and you're watching me as I see myself in the mirror, but working on that. My poor little MacBook is a little out of date, and the OS system doesn't quite compute with the iMovie app. So, working on it. I'll get there. But tonight, tune in, and you'll get to hear me and Kristen McFarlane live at 8 p.m. coming your way. So, welcome to Searching for Superwomen. Thank you so much for coming by, and we will see you soon.